Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode with McLaren, episode number 63 today for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix of Season 4, round number 15. If you missed the previous episode uploaded last Thursday, recommend go and check that out. And of course, subscribing to the channel, see plenty more episodes. But spoiler alert, coming into this one then, we're 25 points behind Max Verstappen, who sadly beat us at Brazil after, of course, this time last week we won at Mexico. So yes, a little bit annoying. I mean, Lando Norris must be kicking himself because he would be world champion by now had he stayed at McLaren, but he decided to move to Mercedes, a move that has Mercedes are the 6th fastest car. They've moved back ahead of Williams as well. Red Bull have moved in front of AlphaTauri. Is that AlphaTauri maxed out, do we think? That's definitely interesting. If Red Bull got to, there's upgrades also for Ferrari and Alpine, but neither of those two have really shown up and really been able to threaten for race victory. Maybe getting a few I don't think Alpine have even got a podium, so yes, lots of questions to ask, but you know, we're going to try our best to a track that I've not done a lot of racing around here. It's not a track that I particularly enjoy anyway, to be honest. As well, and this car, I'm just really struggling in this car so much at the moment. And coming through, really, into qualifying, we're down in our first one. I always say that we just fallen to P13 as we start our final flying lap. We've got Lance Stroll behind, not Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. Keeping his company there. Not better through turn one. Lose on the exit there. That's not great. Coming through into this section, then this isn't the best section, especially on the pad. You can always end up going wide. Always getting a half going wide there. This section as well, we go wide here as well. So you know, this isn't a good track for either me or anyone on the pad. As well as Pierre Gasly goes fastest now, showing the AlphaTauri may have slipped to third on the R&D chart, but he's still got the pace to be able to put it on pole. Gasly's on a very good run of form as well as late. 3 tenths up now as we go into the end of the middle sector. We are up on Hamilton, so can we get into the top 10? It would be nice if we could get into the top 10. We have slightly improved because, you know, I mean, they're trying to keep it tight to the left-hand side here. I did find that on my first runs I was not tight enough on that left-hand side, and I was just although it doesn't feel like it, you do lose time on the delta. Poor exit out the final corner, and that's unfortunate as we get a little bit dirty here, but I mean, we get speed up again, and it's just enough for P10. Yeah. Don't think I could have done anything better. Usual 1.1 second behind Ricciardo. So, you know, the McLaren, even though it's the fastest on paper, it's never had that overriding pace, and it feels a little bit draggy as they're 2x2 from the majority of it. So yes, we've got to try and beat Verstappen though to avoid him being world champion. See what we can do though. It's time though for today's Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Obviously I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world. Jeddah, one of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca, and one of the biggest ports in the region. And now, host to the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. An interesting circuit this one, the newest on the Formula One calendar. And like most street circuits, it's sure to present the drivers with an interesting technical challenge. Some challenging turns for the drivers to negotiate as well. And at the same time, they're going to have to manage their tyres very carefully in this heat. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, You're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Stroll, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Ocon and McLaren, Norris, Hamilton, George Russell and Giovinazzi, Perez, Vettel and Guan Yu Zhou and Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
So here we are down the grid. Unfortunately for us, nobody's decided to take any engine penalties, so we're going to have to do that. Racetrack should be a 1 stop from soft to mediums, 8 laps on softs, 5 laps on mediums. That's how 25% tyre wear works. So 5 red lights then to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go, and well, it's actually it's a good start, better than knock on there in the Alpine not having a great start at all. Died on the inside, there's contact with Sainz there, trying to look around the outside of Leclerc in the Ferrari car, nothing doing there. Fortunate to escape without front wing damage, although Sainz I think has a front wing, missing his front wing as Verstappen there. Up in P4, being chased by Ricciardo. We need our teammate to start helping us out. The only good thing is that he's not leading Verstappen, but we still need to do that as we're watching a great fight between Tsunoda and Stroll. Tsunoda hasn't had a podium so far this season. Gasly has been absolutely wiping the floor with him throughout this series, and they go side by side again. But this time, well, Stroll is past now, but Tsunoda is going to get the DRS on Stroll, who's out of both out DRS range of Gasly, who's just strolling out in front, and Tsunoda's going to risk by with DRS, or will he? Stroll comes back on the outside, turns the inside for the next corner. Tsunoda on the outside gets on the curbing there, and Stroll will get the position there through the next corner, as we've been joined by Fernando Alonso there on lap number 5. Can we hold on? I've not really got, as I said, I don't have any pace around here. Through into the middle sector then. Alonso is all over the back of them. I'm trying to keep the tightest line possible. A little bit defensive into this corner as Alonso has driven into the back of me. What on earth? You can see he's all over the back of me. He's having a little bit of a twitch there. As we come braking in, he just doesn't brake. I don't know who's at fault here, because you know I'm braking normally for, well, the game is the assists are braking normally for the corner, but yeah, Alonso's brake trying to think he can brake later. Yeah, let me know who you think's at fault in the comments below about that one. But yes, obviously we're coming in a little bit of a double stacks pause, but it's still okay. Stop 3 seconds. I mean, I've seen worse in this on this terrible game. So we're going to retain P7, but Verstappen, crucially for us, that's Alonso's decision to not brake at that corner has changed the possibly changed the world championship. So it's Gasly from Stroll, then Tsunoda and Ricciardo. Leclerc has jumped Verstappen. I presume Verstappen did the double stack behind Stroll and lost out potentially. But we're giving, well, this is 2021, so that means that we can give Verstappen a taste of his own medicine through the final corner, pulling alongside. Obviously this practice has been banned in Formula 1 since, and we're just going to pass. We're going to get past him. Can we get past Leclerc as well? Yes, we can. Down the inside. He comes. We close the door in through that second corner to make sure he doesn't come back at us and get the better line there. And up to P5. So safety car's done wonders for us. And all of a sudden, well, this championship is going to Abu Dhabi. As it stands now, as opposed to Verstappen being world champion. But of course, Verstappen isn't, and Leclerc aren't going to give up on P5. It'd be helpful if Ricciardo would break and let me have P4, but he's decided he wants that P4 more as well. So unfortunately, he's not going to slow down for me or the team. Gasly not sprinting away from Stroll under the safety car, was comfortable there. That's going to be annoying for Gasly, as well as Leclerc has to go on the outside and turn on that final corner on lap 10. Nothing doing there, but he will have DRS. But we do have better straight line speed than Leclerc. Verstappen has better straight line speed as well, because Verstappen is going to have a go around the outside. Will he be able to make the move done between Verstappen and Leclerc? Yes, he can. Verstappen's up a position, up to P6 now, and he's right there behind me now on lap number 11. Same place as Alonso, crashed into the back of me coming into this corner. Oh, well, there's yellow flag. There was definitely no contact there, unlike with Alonso there at that corner. So I gave Verstappen the room, as much room as I could. He dives it down the inside, and there is actually, I think there's so little contact there. Yeah. Let me know again. Let me know who's in the comments below as I try to close the door. Try to go side by side through that corner, as there's carnage behind, as George Russell just decides to drive into the wall, as does Sainz and Norris and Vettel. So they've got front wing damage, and while this was happening, Ricciardo and Tsunoda are having a big battle, as are Stroll and Gasly, and that's Stroll into the lead. Stroll leads from Gasly, then it's it's Ricciardo and Tsunoda, as we're looking at the battle for P9 and 10, with all that carnage and people driving into the wall. Latifi is 9th and Schumacher is 10th. Haas have not scored a point. Alfa may have scored 4, I think, as Tsunoda, is now being overtaken again by Ricciardo, and this time Ricciardo does get past and forces Tsunoda off the podium, and that's Gasly going past at the same time on Stroll, and Gasly is back up into the race lead. And this is how it finished, ladies and gentlemen. On the final lap, it was a photo finish between Gasly and Stroll. As well, not as close as the pink Alpine race I did, and I think that was a little bit closer, but nevertheless, that's a very close finish between Gasly and Stroll. Those two going hammer and tail for victory, as we've been joined by Leclerc there. This is the last lap as well, as Leclerc had a go at me on the final corner. Nothing doing there, and we should be able to stroll up to the line for P5, which that's definitely 10 points that we didn't have, and it's 10 points over Verstappen. So this has become it's become a little bit more realistic. Can we win this world championship after all the problems that I've had? We'll have to wait and see. Gasly though he deserved to win. Stroll, he got annoyed by the safety car. Gasly, Stroll in the end unable to get in front, although they set exactly the same best lap time. Ricciardo will be happy he got 3rd. Tsunoda will be not happy that he's been missed out on another podium as well, with Schumacher and Zhou Guanyu both getting points, their first points of the season, as Lando Norris DNF'd at some point and yet set the fastest lap. I don't know what happened to him there. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, then it continues to be a 2-horse race, but Verstappen failing to score means that I close the gap to 15 points, which it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie. Abu Dhabi's not a favourite track of mine. I've never won there. I would need to win I would need to secure, well, I think I can secure 3rd place and Verstappen DNFs in Abu Dhabi. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, however, we are the world champions.
Great
so
work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. Did you feel that things went well for you today?
yes, because Verstappen DNF'd 10 points. I mean, it could be nice to have been more, but there we go.
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
I mean, but the safety car was good. I mean, thanks to Alonso really helped with that.
How do you feel seeing your teammate up on the podium?
I'd have liked to see him in giving me the position. We needed those extra points in the
You had a
championship.
few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault?
I could say the left one. I had the line. Fernando was totally in the wrong, but I don't know if he locked up or not. That could be just a genuine mistake. You know, he locked up and went into the back of me. You know, but at the end of the play,
Well, here's hoping they're working hard to find some improvements.
I don't think we could have improved on P5, but there we go. Confirmation, we are Constructors' Champions. The first Constructors' Championship of this career mode as well. But it's still going to be a hard task to beat Verstappen at Abu Dhabi as well. So yes, that episode will be coming out on Thursday. If you have though enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe channel if you see plenty more episodes of the F1 2021 Driver Career Mode with McLaren. Till the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.